31 Snow Hill Street for 10 years. So I wanted to update my roof deck, renovate it. It's a lot more than 10 years old and it needs a helping hand. In May, I just want to provide a little bit of context as to why I'm here. In May of last year, we put in to apply to update the roof deck, and it turned out that apparently there was no permit on file for this roof deck. So we went to the Board of Appeals in September. It got rejected because of rear what's it called? Rear yard insufficient, and the height of the structure, which is it's a 4-story building, is the normal height of these North End buildings. So what I wanted to do with this group, and obviously with the neighborhood groups, is just to make sure that these ideas were vetted, hopefully get support, and then present to the Board of Appeals on August 4th of this year. The thing that you have in front of you is the plans for the updated roof deck, and as well as pictures of the roof deck today, or actually a year ago when we were trying to make the case, as well as just the neighborhood around. You can see some of the roof decks around. So I'm happy to take any questions, but that's really what I'm here for.
So are there any abutters first to ask questions? And anyone who asks a question, I would ask that you first state your name and address and then ask the question. But are there any abutters? No abutters. So questions for non-abutters, and I saw a hand.
Dave Kubiak, Cleveland Place. How high is the building? And in what ways are you changing the existing deck? I noticed in the photo it looked like the rail was too low, the existing railing. So that's going up to 42 inches, I see in the plans. In what other ways will the deck change? Or the head house?
Yeah, so to be perfectly honest, I don't know the exact height of the building. As you know, it's on the slope. I know that next door, 33, has a deck which was permissioned, and then it's the same, effectively the same height as 4 stories. So to be perfectly honest, I can't tell you.
It's a 4-story building?
Yeah.
Then it's under 55 feet. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And then the most important thing is to bring it up to code. So the height of the bars, the width between the banisters, all of that is going up to code. What we have applied for, which is the big difference, is that the roof deck today currently takes about half of the roof. And you can see in the plans, the proposed roof deck is basically taking up the whole of the roof. It's private to my unit, and we thought while we're at it, we should try and expand the roof deck. But I'm certainly open to feedback on that. But that's the head house. The head house doesn't change.
David Marks, 2 Thatcher Street. I'm sorry, I do apologize if you just covered us on what are the current dimensions?
Of the roof deck? So I don't have the exact dimensions, but it is basically half of the roof is a roof deck today, and what you see there is covering the rest of it. So if you look at it goes around the head house basically as an L on both sides today, and this would complete the circle.
It looks like about 800 square feet or so.
So the apartment inside is about 700 square feet, so this would be that minus the head house.
And you did state that the only people that will have access to the roof deck would be your unit.
Yeah, it's the unit 4 is unit.
And you're not planning on subdividing your apartment into nice?
Actually, I might. Yeah.
Those are on the plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
How far back from the front of the building will the deck be?
So it's going to be, so within the deck there's a front lip which is about 2.5 feet, and then there's an iron railing which has been in existence as far as we know since the building was put up, and it's within that. So it's the same as was previously. It's about 3.5 feet back, I would guess. Sorry, 3 feet back from the lip of the building.
Yeah, I guess this is a follow-up to that. I mean, we just went through this really similar process with IoT. And I know that they have, we didn't know about it until after the fact, but we learned that there were definitely north and roof decks guidelines. And definitely the offset from the front of the building to the railing is a big deal with them. I think it's almost, the height of that rail, you have to be 2 feet or 2 times that dimension back. So I mean, I don't know if you're going to need to get a variance or how. So you're going to be, I think from those guidelines anyway, a substantial distance back off the street that they will let you do that.
Okay.
Just as a heads up.
No, no,
It's
I might
definitely
actually
in the city's neighborhood design guidelines.
Are there any comments or more questions?
I
Please.
assume you won't have any charcoal or gas-oil grill there.
No.
Those are illegal in the city.
Yeah.
In general. And I'll remind everyone, please name and street when we ask the question. If there are no more questions, are there any comments? First, abutters. I didn't think we had any abutters. So I'll just open it up to anyone who wants to make a comment. And David Marks will be the first one.
I know a lot of, just from history, living in the neighborhood for a little while, that when people hear roof deck, people get nervous. So what could you please tell us about, or any other details about how you envision your personal use or usage of the roof deck to pop, if not for any other reason, to quell any fears that people might have?
Yeah. So the roof deck is private to my unit. I live there currently, wife and daughter. It's given how small she is and now traveling around, we may move. So we would rent, if we did that, we would rent it out to a professional company. And the idea would be to if and when we rent it out, then the lease agreement will include details about roof usage, which is no parking, no grills, these types of things.
And once again, it's a private access.
It's a private access.
Obviously, the circumstance, just so everyone knows.
Any other comments, questions, speeches? Nothing? Great. So we were going to vote this on ballot number 1, the white ballot and the ballot pack. We still have the old language of support and oppose. I just want to say what Victor said. Because we're a 501c3, we can't actually support, we can not oppose and oppose. So when you circle support, you're not opposing, just to translate for everyone. So with that, we'll please vote on the white ballot and we'll reflect the majority was not opposed. 21 not opposed versus 6 opposed. So Euro will be writing a letter with no opposition to your